Hey guys, so welcome to the week 4 stats video. Sorry it has taken so long to get it out, but it'll be worth it hopefully. And we're starting to see some trends, and we can iron out the outliers now that we're getting some more weeks here. So we're finally going to be able to start recognizing patterns and things like that. They're going to start being more meaningful. So let's just look at Jay first. He has 2 top scores, but the other 2 are in the bottom 5. So we'll see how consistency plays out there for Jay. He is second in total points. So we have that. Also, we have to look at Tony and Catco. They are... What do I want to say about Tony and Catco? Oh, they're the only 2 people to not score under 130 points so far. Even 135 if you want to make it a stronger statement. So having a high floor like that's really impressive. We have the high average scores again. It went back up pretty significantly, actually about 20 points from last week to this week, which is impressive. And also the graphs down here, I don't like them that much because they're clustered, but you can start seeing some trends now as we get more weeks involved there. So keep an eye on that as we move through the spreadsheet. Quarterbacks, I got to give a shout out to Bajam. I harp on his quarterbacks, but he's tied for 7th right now. Granted, if he had 2 less points, he would be in 9th, but credit to him for that. Catco has 2 top quarterback scores already and is averaging almost 28 points a week per quarterback. I'm sure some of you are envious of that. Yeah, so let's move on. When it comes to running back, we had the highest running back scores ever, as you can, not ever, just this year, as you can see. I want to contrast Catco and his league-leading 16.25 points per running back per week, with Dave's 2 scores below that with 3 combined. So Dave's 3 running backs in 2 out of 4 weeks have not been able to match Catco's average. From 1 running back. So that's kind of embarrassing, but Dave isn't even the lowest scoring person when it comes to running backs. Matt Bay is. He has not had a 30-point week, which means that his running backs haven't averaged 10 points a week at all, ever. So moving on to wide receiver, just a quick note, Bajam's first week wide receiver score is literally off the charts. Since then, though, he's averaged around 7th or 8th place, what would be 7th or 8th place. So we'll see if he can get his scores back up there. Also of note, Mike and Matt Bay have a high and a low score, representative of their receivers probably being in offenses with multiple weapons, you could probably say. So, oh, one more thing. This is probably the most important thing I've seen so far this year. We actually have a better single-player average in the league from wide receivers and tight ends than we do from running backs, 11.89 to 11.49. I don't think that's ever been the case in the history of the league, so that's just representative more of a passing league, I guess. Jay won from kicker defense this week. He beat Mike by 2, which is appropriate because Mike is the 10th place team in kicker defense. He only has 9 points between the 2 combined. That's really bad. We'll see if he can get that up. When it comes to top scores, I just want to note that Nick Clark's the only one without a high score. Tony and Catco have 3 high scores. That's for the lead. And Mike has 3 low scores. That's the worst. Tony has 1 top score in 3 different positions. The only person to do that. And Mike has 3 low scores in 3 different positions, the only person to do that. Here you see the optimal points. Mike picked a perfect lineup, but he only had 19 bench points, so it probably wasn't that hard. You could argue that Bajam's was more impressive. He had 33 bench points and only missed a perfect lineup by 1. We had a lot of scores under 10, so that's pretty impressive. And let's fit in bench power here quickly. I led this week. I now lead overall. We had a really low score from Jay at 0.7, and Dave has actually had 3 weeks before this where he was the lowest. I didn't realize that until I started shading. But that's all the time I have. This was full of stats. Sorry.